and exhale it over to the right. We're doing gentle yoga today, and that means we're going to do some good stretching. I don't know how you're feeling. I spent most of the day cleaning house yesterday, and I'm feeling stiff in the hips and ready to do some stretching. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and settle in. So you can remain seated here or you can lay down. Just go ahead and close the eyes and give yourself permission to come into your space, come into your body, come into your breath, and come into the present moment. So just be right here, right now, taking care of you for this 30 minutes. And just start to check in. Check in with the thoughts in your mind. Check in with matters of the heart. Notice where in your body you're holding on to any tension. And check in with your breath as well. Notice if your breathing is very shallow or choppy, or if you're able to breathe deeply. Whenever you're ready, we're going to take a couple of cleansing breaths. So, deep breath in through the nose. And open the mouth to exhale it out. Again, deep inhale. Open the mouth, long exhale. Good. Just breathing in and out through the nose now. Keep deepening the inhales and lengthening the exhales. And take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. So whatever it is that brought you to your mat, whatever it is you might be working on, whatever it is you might be trying to let go of. Good. One more deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, send it out. Good. And then seal the lips, back to just breathing in and out through the nose. Try and remain there for the rest of your practice, just breathing in and out through the nose. On your next inhale, start to blink the eyes open. Okay, and if you're still seated, go ahead and make your way lower down to the mat onto your back. And then send the fingers back behind you. Send the toes forward and just lengthen through the body. Good. Make some circles with the wrists, with the ankles. Go in the opposite direction. Good. And then just bringing the right knee in. So go ahead and grab the back of the thigh. If you need to bend the left knee, go ahead and bend the left knee. Just see what feels right in your body. So grabbing the back of the thigh or the shin maybe just below the knee. And just relax the shoulders down to the mat and draw the knee towards that right shoulder, the right armpit. Just breathe. Notice where you're feeling this. Play with that opposite leg and see how it feels different in your body. Now taking that left hand to the outside of the right knee, we're going to draw it across the body to come into a reclined twist. Now notice this right shoulder pops up. Just go ahead and relax it back down to the mat and take the right arm and extend it out, right at shoulder height. And then you can maybe look towards the right hand. Use that left hand if you'd like to help guide you into your twist a little bit more. But don't do too much. You just want to get a nice little twist here. Breathing nice and even still through the nose. Good. Inhale as you come back to center. So see if you can bend the left knee and just keep that right ankle across the left leg. We're going to lift the left foot off of the ground. Flex the right toes to create this figure 4. And then take the right hand in between the legs and take the left hand and meet the other hand behind your thigh. So if you have a hard time reaching back here, you can always use a towel and just kind of wrap it through and hold on to the towel, right? Like a harness or something. I don't know. And then if you want more, maybe you can reach the shin. Keeping these toes flexed here really protects the knee. So now I want you to notice if the tailbone is reaching up. Go ahead and set it back down. Set the low back down to the mat. Relax the shoulders. Just breathe here. Maybe you can rock side to side. Notice where you're feeling this. And then if you're rocking, go ahead and come back to the middle, and then just using the strength of the biceps without lifting the shoulders up, just bring the legs towards you a little bit more. Keep that tailbone reaching forward though. Keep breathing nice and even, so really breathe into where you feel the stretch, and on your exhale, see if you can soften and let go of some of that tension. Good. Go ahead and set that foot down and switch. So take the right foot down and then taking the left knee in, reaching it towards the armpit or the shoulder. You can keep the right leg bent or you can straighten it. Whatever you did on the other side, try it on this side. Good. Really squeeze the knee towards you. And then taking the right hand to the outside, we're going to take it across the body. Relax that left shoulder back down to the mat and extend the left arm out. Look towards your left hand. And then you can use this right hand to guide the knee over a little bit more if you want more twist and stretch here. So just breathe. Good. On your inhale, come on back to center and keep your left ankle now on the right thigh. Okay? And press the knee away from you. Lift the right foot off of the ground. Left hand comes through. Right hand meets the left behind the thigh. Flexing these left toes to protect the knee. Relax the shoulders down. Maybe you can reach the shin, maybe you can sway side to side. So you may notice that one side feels tighter than the other side, and that's totally normal. Find some stillness. Keep the shoulders down, keep the tailbone reaching forward, low back down. And just pull the legs a little bit closer towards the face. Breathe into that stretch. Exhale, soften and let go. Good, and then literally letting go, let go of that right foot, bring the left foot down. We're going to extend The hands back, the toes forward, and give a big stretch again. And on the exhale, bring both knees in, rocking side to side. Good. Rock all the way over to one side and slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. So right away, you may notice that this feels like a lot just to sit here. So if the hips are really tight, you can grab a pillow from your couch, or you can grab maybe a book or two to sit on. You can also take a blanket and fold it up, and just giving yourself a little bit of height to lift the hips higher, and letting the knees fall open, even if they're just right here. Okay, so just notice how the body's feeling. You just want to be able to sit up nice and straight, so no rounding in the spine. Lift the heart forward, shoulders back and down, really grounding down through the sitting bones and sitting tall through the crown of the head. Good. Hands onto the knees. Let's go ahead and inhale here. Exhale, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, dropping the chin to the chest. Couple of breaths here, letting go. Good. Inhale, lifting the chin up. Awesome. Let's swing the arms out to the sides and reach all the way up, palms facing each other here. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. It's okay if the elbows are bent. It just depends on how open the shoulders are today. And then gaze up, bring the palms together. Exhale them to heart center. Awesome. Right hand to the side, and then inhale, lift up with the left fingers. Exhale, let's take it over to the side. So notice that left hip, you want to keep it grounded down. Don't let it pop up, okay? And then you want to find that stretch from the armpit to the hip. Just do whatever's comfortable with the head. Inhale, come to center. Let's take the left hand down and reach with the right fingertips. And exhale over to the other side. Same thing, notice what happens with the right hip. If you want more, you can always walk the hand out a little bit too. Good. Inhale, come to center. Let's take an easy twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of that knee. Sit up tall. Exhaling as you twist, maybe looking over the shoulder. Good. Inhale to center. We'll reach the arms up. Exhale to the left. Left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the knee. Sitting up tall on every inhale, finding space. Every exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, come on back to center. If you've got something underneath you, you're going to go ahead and move that. If you have any issues with the knees, you're going to want a towel or a blanket to fold up underneath the knees. Okay, so we're just going to make our way now to a tabletop position. So like I said, you can just take a blanket, fold it up, and lay it across here, right where your knees will be. And then wrists underneath the shoulders, fingers nice and wide, knees hip distance apart, right underneath the hips. On your inhale, going to cow pose, chin up, tailbone up, drop the belly. Good. Drop the shoulder blades back towards the hips as well. Good. On your exhale, push away from the mat, round the spine. The tailbone reaches down, chin to the chest, hollow out the belly. Now really push into the mat and separating, feel the separation of the shoulder blades, lifting up from the center of the shoulder blades for cat pose. Good. Inhale, come back to cow. Exhale, rounding back, cat pose. So go through a couple more rounds of cat-cow stretches here. Extending the spine, flexing the spine. Add any additional movements that feel good to you. And then coming back to your tabletop position. Let's walk the hands forward now. So coming to a puppy pose. You want to keep the hips directly over the knees. So leave them where they are. And then just start to melt the heart down towards the mat. Okay, you can bring the forehead down, bring the top of the head down. You can also use, if your head doesn't come down, you can just maybe use a pillow underneath you. If you have some more flexibility, maybe the chin can come to the mat. So never overdoing it, just doing what feels okay in your body today. Pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Good. Inhale, come on up. Walk the hands back towards the knees. We're going to sit back towards the heels. Okay, option here to also take a pillow or folded blanket or towel behind the knees. Okay, this is offers a little bit of support here if you can't come all the way back to the heels. So see what works for you, and if it doesn't work at all, then just skip it today, okay? All right, so coming back here, and now maybe taking the heels out to the outer hips. Try and keep the knees about hip distance apart. Good, so one step at a time. Every little step here, you can always go back to the previous step if it feels like too much. Already you're getting a big stretch in the tops of the feet as well. And we want to open up the front of the thighs. So we're just taking the hands back behind us. See how that feels? Coming into a hero pose. Good. If you want a little bit more, maybe you're holding the feet and bringing the forearms down. Pull the belly button in, slight engagement in the low belly. Keep the chin slightly tucked, or maybe you just let it go. On your inhale, very slowly make your way back up and walk the hands forward back to your tabletop position. Okay, so foundation here, really widen through the fingers, ground down through the base of the knuckles and through the fingertips. Okay, and then we're going to make our way to a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, and then on your inhale, lift the hips up, pull the belly button in. You want to act like there's a string from the belly button lifting you up towards the sky. Good. Now keep that big bend in the knees, and then send the hips back away from the wrists. Let the head be really heavy, and then start to pedal out the feet. So drop one heel, kind of straightening that leg and bending more into the other, and then switch. Anytime you need to take a rest, you can take the knees down to the mat and take a breath, and then come back up. Good. Find some stillness now. Keep your feet hip distance apart or even wider. Knees can stay as bent as you need them to be, or you can start to straighten them out, sending the heels towards the mat. So you're an upside down letter V here. Good. Now bend the knees a lot and walk the hands towards the feet. Good. Stomach touching the tops of the thighs, letting the head go for ragdoll. You can stay here or hold opposite elbows, letting the head hang and swaying side to side in ragdoll here. Good. And then release the hands. Keep that big bend in the knees. Keep your chin to the chest. Take your hands to the thighs. Pull the belly button in and very slowly roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Move really slow. The chin will come up last. When you get to the top, inhale the shoulders up and exhale, roll them back and down. 2 more times. Inhaling up, exhaling it back and down. And then 1 more time. Inhale, shoulders up. And then exhale it back and down. All right. So coming to the top of the mat now, standing in Tadasana Mountain Pose. Feet about hip distance apart. Arms by the sides, palms facing forward. Ground down through all 4 corners of the feet. Knees draw up, the inner thighs hug in. Pubic bone forward, belly button back. Shoulders back and down. Reach tall through the crown of the head and close the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Again, in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale it out. All right, if the eyes are closed, blink them open. And let's go to a very slow, I'm sorry, I messed with the camera. We're gonna go to a really slow Surya Namaskar or Sun Salutation A. Let's see if that's better. All right, back to mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, take the arms up. Palms face each other. Relax the shoulders down. Look up, palms together. Exhale them to heart center. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Little bend in the knees now as much as you need to. Forward fold. Uttanasana. Let the head go. On your inhale, coming up halfway, hands to the shins. Reach through the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe start to straighten the legs if that feels good. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold again. Now bend the knees as much as you need to bring both palms down to the mat. Step 1 foot back and then the other. Coming into a plank pose, and then go ahead and take the knees down. Bringing the heels towards the glutes. Good. Looking forward, reaching the heart forward. Now look down at the arms. See the insides of the elbows. They should be pointing forward. And then you can start to bend into the elbows and slow, slow, slow. Lower down to the mat. Reach the toes back. Ground down through the hips. Ground down through the tops of the feet. And inhale, lift up for baby cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. Breathing nice and even, reaching the heart forward. Good, and then press up. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders again through tabletop. Fingers wide, and then we'll tuck the toes. Lift the hips up and back. Back to a downward facing dog. Good. Go ahead and shake the head yes and no. Keep the neck loose. Keep the back, keep the legs bent as much as you need. On your inhale, come high to the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. Look forward and walk the feet all the way back up to the top of the mat. And then come into your halfway lift. Hands to the shin, reaching the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Keep the knees bent, belly button in, root to rise up. Root down through the feet, rise up with the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice. So just gonna go to a warrior 2. So Go ahead and ground down through the right foot and take a big step back with the left foot. Turn the toes towards the left side of the room. Okay? Back foot should be parallel to the back of the mat. Heel to heel alignment. Okay? And then the front toes keep pointing forward. Start with hands on the waist. We're going to bend into the front knee. Now, I'm going to over-exaggerate this for a moment just to show you what not to do. The knee should not go over the ankle. The ankle should be right underneath the knee. So if you have to tippy-toe the front toes, tippy-toe them forward a little bit. Okay? Back leg stays nice and straight. You're grounding down through the outer edge of that back foot. And then this knee, not collapsing into the center, but pointing towards the second toe. All right, so the tailbone's reaching down, shoulders are over the hips. So now we've got our foundation. When you're ready, go ahead and take the arms apart, looking forward over the front fingers. Okay, so we're grounding down, but we're lifting up. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Good. One more breath here. And then hands to the waist. Look forward, and we'll step the back foot up and shake it out. All right. So we're going to do the other side now. I'm going to come over here. Okay, so grounding down now through the left foot and taking a big step back with the right foot so that the right foot is pointing towards the right side of the room. Okay, front toes pointing forward, heel to heel alignment, back foot parallel to the back of the mat, grounding down through the outer edge, the pinky side of that foot. Okay, the more that you ground down through the outer edge, then you can really feel everything active in that back leg. Front knee stacked over the ankle and pointing towards the second toe. Good. Now notice if your body is leaning forward here, bring the shoulders back over the hips. The tailbone's reaching down. So pull the belly button in towards the spine and the pubic bone forward so that the tailbone can reach down. And then when you're ready, let's take the arms out and look towards the front fingers. Notice if your shoulders are in your ears and let them go. Good. Sink down a little bit lower. Good. And then hands to the waist. Look forward and step the back foot all the way up. And go ahead and shake that out. I'm going to take a drink of water. We're done here, but we're going to settle back down. All right, coming back to mountain pose. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, halfway lift, chin up, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, and we'll step both feet back. Go ahead and drop the knees down and walk the knees forward. Swing the feet out to the side and then bring them in front of you. Slowly, slowly lowering down to the mat. Slide down a little bit. Arms behind you, slowly lowering the spine down to the mat. Good, hugging the knees in towards the chest and go ahead and make some circles with the knees. Massage the low back into the mat. And then take that in the opposite direction. And go ahead and bring both feet down to the mat. And then we'll set up for Shavasana. So if you want to use a pillow underneath your knees, that's a good way to go. Really nice on the low back. You can also fold or roll up a towel. Okay, or you can just bring both feet forward. Either way, let both feet fall All open, arms by the sides, palms facing up. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath the back a little bit and close the eyes. Shavasana. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Checking in once again with the mind, with the thoughts of your mind. Checking in with your breath. Checking in with your body. Notice anywhere that you might still be holding on to tension. And send your inhale to those places. Use your exhale to soften and let go. And we'll remain here for just a couple more breaths in silence. Okay, slowly coming back and wiggling your fingers and your toes, stretching your arms overhead, give yourself a big stretch, and then bringing the knees in towards your chest and then rolling over to your side, coming into a fetal position. Just take a moment here to thank yourself for doing yourself a good favor today, treating your mind, your body, your spirit. Thinking of what you have to be grateful for today. And then slowly pushing away from the floor, bringing yourself up to a seated position. Take your time getting there. Go ahead and keep the eyes closed. If you want to bring something underneath your seat, please do so. Sit up nice and tall. Hands onto the knees. And then together, let's take one more deep breath in through the nose. Holding it at the top this time. And then opening the mouth to slowly let it go. Bring your hands to heart center and bow your head, connecting your head to your heart. And then bring your head back up. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.